major U.S. home builders, they're pitching what they're calling Trump Homes. It's an initiative aimed at tackling the nation's housing affordability crisis. And under the proposal, private investors would fund the construction of homes and initially rent them out to tenants, with the goal of those tenants purchasing a few years later. Industry insiders estimate the program could deploy more than $250 billion in investments, though the White House says it is not yet actively considering this plan. Joining us now, Ed Brady, CEO of the Home Builders Institute. Ed, great to see you this morning. So this is a unique idea. You know, you've got high cost of homes and mortgages, making it really hard for first-time buyers to get into the market. So the idea with these homes is to have private investors essentially fund construction, make it possible for buyers to enter rent-to-own programs and then transition over time. Do you think this would be an effective strategy?
Well, yeah, good morning, Kelly. Thanks for having me. Yeah, partially. I mean, this is a multi-pronged approach that the administration and the president understands how desperate it is to get affordable first-time home buyers into the market. And this is a step that could provide more supply. And this, don't mistake, this is a supply issue, not a demand issue. Young Americans still want to buy homes. They want to have home ownership, and it's just not attainable for a number of reasons. And one of it is the supply is just not there. And so anything that provides more supply in this rent-to-own concept may be part of that fix. But there's so many other regulatory burdens and labor challenges, lot availability that play into this lack of supply.
Well, I want to get into some of those challenges because we have Bloomberg News reporting that a program like this would be complicated to implement, that it's possible it wouldn't gain enough support to move forward. What are the odds you think we see this come to fruition, and some of the biggest obstacles in all of this as well?
Well, I'm a free market, and I believe in the free market, and I don't think you can force this issue. You can incentivize these types of processes or this type of supply chain, but you can't force it. Number one, some would say there's only 300,000 lots available to develop today. So you got to fast track the process to get lots online, because even if the president and the administration endorsed this and there was private funds to come in and provide this, there's not enough lots. Second, there's not enough labor today, trained, skilled labor, which we do every day at the Home Builders Institute, to build the supply in this rapid of pace. But again, these are ideas that I think combined with others will make an impact in the supply side. But we have to get the cost down. Let's be clear. The cost is too high. The interest rates are too high. And if we tackle this all in a multi-pronged approach, we can have a drastic effect on the supply issue.
You know, we know the president's, he's focused on affordability. Last month, he signed this EO to restrict large institutional investors from competing with individual home buyers. And that was in an effort to make housing more affordable. Do you think those moves will be effective in tandem with some of the other ideas that you threw out there as well?
Yeah, I think they can be. I mean, institutional investors, again, you don't want to limit the new supply. And so if individual investors are going in or institutional investors are going in and buying a big chunk of existing homes, that reduces the supply. But if they're investing in creating new homes, it will have an effect on the supply. And so I think, again, it's in the details as to how this is regulated. And I think, look, things like the $200 billion of mortgage purchases from Fannie and Freddie, that provides more liquidity, that provides more supply. The idea of a 50-year mortgage was thrown against the wall. I'm not sure that makes a lot of sense, and it did not resonate with the market. So I think this administration is laser focused on providing more supply and getting housing more affordable, and that is a good thing.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.